Do you own or operate a theater, maybe performing art, some sort of venue, even you work for the zoo, your local zoo, something like that? If so, it's been extremely difficult for you during the pandemic because people aren't getting out and about. Much of that was shut down. You've had to let employees go, and you've possibly considered whether your business, your organization would even survive. Thankfully, there's a new grant that can help. I'll explain the details coming up. My name is Mike Bernard. I'm the host of the Wise Money Show. I'm also one of the certified financial planners right here at Corhorn Financial Group. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and smash that thumbs up button. So a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, family friend, and so on, like we go way, way, way back, has run a few performing arts schools. And has kids trained there, and then as they grow into teenagers, they start performing, and adults start performing, and it's actually where my wife did a lot of her learning and performing as well when she was younger, and we've been close with this family, and it has been very difficult for them to make it through the pandemic. I mean, the lessons and everything switched to, well, they shut down, then they switched to virtual. The performances were canceled. Fundraisers, which are fundraiser performances, were canceled. And it's been very, very difficult. Now, the owners, these friends of mine, they're fighters. And so they are figuring this out. And I think she even used the term, I'm way too stubborn to let this get me down or break me. And I just love that attitude, right? That I can conquer anything. This challenge is not gonna take me down. So she's making it through it. But they've shared that all sorts of other businesses, peers of theirs have said, yeah, we can't survive through this. And so this is the thing. With so much stimulus out there, $5 trillion of fiscal stimulus now, we all want dollars to go directly to the places that need it the most and the people that need it the most. And just the way the system is set up, that doesn't always happen. Well, entered this new grant. Basically, there's a new grant available. I'm linking it below. I'm going to share it with you here shortly, that provides emergency relief to venue operators. So let's get into it. Okay, so it's called the Shuttered Venue Operators Grant, and it came alive in one of the earlier grants, but was amended within the latest stimulus plan, the American Rescue Plan Act. Once again, Plan Act, that's a little strange, but ARPA has $16 billion available in grants. Those are not loans. It's not loans that then need to be forgiven. Those are grants. It's an injection of emergency capital directly into these shuttered venues, and it's all being administered through the Small Business Administration Office of Disaster Assistance. So who's eligible? Let's hit that first. Number one, it's a live venue operator or promoter, a theatrical producer, live performing arts organizations like my friends, relevant museum operators, zoos, aquariums that meet certain criteria, okay? Motion picture, theater operations, talent reps, and other businesses that are set up to own that operate in those types of industries, okay? So that's fairly generic. If you're anywhere close to that spectrum, work with the SBA, okay? If you're any close to that spectrum, get in there and try and figure out if you qualify. So what's available to you? Yeah, that's $16 billion available, and to you, what that means is 45% of your 2019 gross revenue, not profit, revenue, okay? So if in 2019, before the pandemic, before all the craziness, you had $1 million of revenue, and that would be a small business, right? $1 million of revenue, you could be eligible for $450,000 via a grant. Not a loan that you'd need to pay back, whatever, no strings attached, although it is the SBA. $450,000, that's incredible. Or $10 million, whichever is lower. Guys, this is emergency aid. That's a ton of money to help businesses that are in this industry, this area, survive these challenging times. Hopefully we're on the upswing now. They're starting to have movies being in theaters. I have no idea when you're going to go to one, when I'll go to one, but apparently that's happening now. And so maybe we're on the other side of this, and this aid can be much needed relief to help get these companies fully back up and running and operational. So what's the action item to you? If you work at a venue type or live performing or performing arts or zoo or museum, something like that, if you work at one of those businesses, if you know someone that works at one of those businesses, or obviously if you own one of those businesses, contact the SBA, the Small Business Administration. Why is this important? Why are we devoting a full segment to this? Simply because there's so much stimulus money out there and all sorts of programs with different details and requirements. This is the first time I'd heard about this, and you may not have heard about it either. I don't know whose job it is to send you a note and say, hey, by the way, you might be eligible for millions of dollars here. So that's why you subscribe to this channel, because as we see things that could help you take your next wise step in your financial life, I want to bring them to you. So if you work at one of those organizations, you own one of those organizations, or you know someone that does, make sure you send this link along. I've got the link below in the description. I hope that helps you out. As always, work with your certified financial planner. They're supposed to provide clarity, confidence to your overall financial situation, but then creative ways to help you achieve your financial goals. Some of that creativity is just knowing parts of the new stimulus plans and the tax code and helping you navigate these programs that could apply to you. If you don't have a CFP on your team, you can contact one on my team. Find us online, Korhorn.com, that's Korhorn with a K, wisemoneyshow.com. You can find us there too, or just send us an email, info@Korhorn.com. All right, there you have it. Go out and take your next wise step in your financial life.